10 years in the making, is this the trade deal that Indonesia was hoping for?
Yes, definitely. On behalf of the business community, I think we are really looking forward for the completion of the agreement and of course the ratification so that it can go entry into force. I think we've been waiting, it's like a pregnant woman waiting for more than 9 months.
What is for you more interesting, the tariff part of the deal or the standards and certificates part of the deal?
I think the standard and certificates are crucially important. That really will put us, in a different level of playing field. I mean, tariffs is good, but at the end of the day, tariff is so much that you can do with tariff, right? So we've always looked at the EU market as a huge market, but I think we also need to look at that we are competing with other countries as well that's exporting to the EU. And I think this agreement will definitely put us in the same level of playing field like Vietnam and other countries, right? Because Vietnam has earlier already a CEPA with EU, and it has, if you've seen the number, not just trade, but investment has really picked up significantly. So we really have a big hope that with this agreement, we can really push more, the competitiveness of market access to the EU and also investment. So this is not just about trade, but also about investment.
The EU is not Indonesia's biggest trading partner, not in the top 5 of Indonesia. Do you think that will change? How big is the potential of this deal?
Yes, we definitely have very high hopes. I think if we look at the trade Indonesia and EU in the next 5 years, hopefully with this agreement we can perhaps increase 30 to 50% even. That's really our hope that it will get there. But most importantly, for certain sectors, I think to remain competitive and to enter into a European market, we need this agreement, definitely.
The move by the United States to change tariffs worldwide, did that help Indonesia and the European Union to come together and finalize a deal?
I mean, I have to say that, of course, the reciprocal tariff has really make a lot of countries in a shock, trying to really also look at alternative markets and so forth. So yeah, in a way, I think it accelerates the process that finally we want to complete it. I mean, we've always almost there even before that, but I think this is just pushing us to the last mile.
Where would you say are the biggest challenges for Indonesia?
So I think standard has always been a big challenge for Indonesian products, and we hope this agreement can facilitate that as well, to increase really the capacity of Indonesian exporters in order to be able to do more to the EU market.
Do you see the potential that this trade deal could help Indonesia become less dependent on China?
I think China is not just about a big market that we export to, but we import also a lot. And unfortunately, the product that we import for China not necessarily can be replaced by the EU, right? So I think as far as the raw materials and intermediate goods that we import from China, I think that will always remain there. I don't think EU can play in that market. But I mean, EU and Indonesia are more complementary in that sense, right? So I think as far as opening new markets, like for example, we talk about the labor-intensive industry that Indonesia are very much under pressure right now. The garment, textile, shoes, this is definitely a big sector, products that we can really utilize more, optimize more to the EU market. We talk about also investment on the renewable, on the EV mobility coming from the EU to Indonesia. So this is really, I think, not really replacing China per se, but it can really enhance more of diversification of market outside of China.
How long will it take until consumers can feel the effects?
I mean, usually it takes 1 to 2 years, it can be even more, but I think this time my understanding is I hope both government wants to fast track it and to make it perhaps in 1 year time. I hope we can start already getting the, but the work has to start now. We are already working now, the business community is working with business community in all the EU countries, because the B2B is what makes it happen, right? This is just, the agreement needs the utilization, which is the execution. And who can execute it but the business? So we are already starting now.
Thank you very much.